What's going on, everyone? My name is Adam Allard with Pragmatic Ways, and we are continuing on with our second video in how to learn Java programming. In the previous video, all we did was downloaded our Java JDK, which in turn downloaded Java and the Java compiler for us. And then we set up our computer's environment variables. That way our computer can know where to find Java and the compiler so we can actually compile Java programs. In this video, we're actually going to be going over the process of how to write and compile and run our very own Java program. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a brand new file on the desktop, and it's just going to be a text document. It doesn't really matter what it's named right now, okay? So I'm just going to leave it as default, and I'm going to open this up to give you guys a little bit better so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to zoom in a whole bunch of times so the text is really big. So now I'm going to be typing in a lot of Java code here, and I don't want you guys to get discouraged of what I'm typing here because you don't understand it or anything else. It's going to be a little bit confusing because we're not going to know what any of this means. Don't worry about that right now. We will go over all of what this code is later on down the course. The purpose of this video isn't to worry about what we're typing. It's more to worry about the process of compiling a Java program and then running a Java program, okay? So like I said, don't worry about what we're typing in right now. Just follow along with what I'm typing and then give it a couple videos and we'll start to understand what all this different code means, okay? So to start off, I'm going to be typing in public and then the word class, and then I'm going to type in MyFirstProgram. And I'm going to make sure that the M is capitalized, the F is capitalized, and the P is capitalized. And then I'm going to do a space, and I'm going to do an open curly brace. And then I'm going to come down here a couple lines, and I'm going to do a closing curly brace. And then I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to do a couple spaces, and then I'm going to type in public again, and then the word static, and then void, and then main, and then an open parentheses, a capital S on the word string, and then an open square bracket, a closing square bracket, and then the word args, which just stands for arguments, and then a closing parentheses, and then a space, and then an open curly brace. And then again, I'm going to go down a couple lines, and then I'll do a couple spaces, and then I will do a closing curly brace. And I will go back up here, and I'll do a couple spaces again. And now I'm going to type in a capital S for System.out.println for print line, and then in open parentheses, a double quote, a double quotation mark, and then two words here. It says hello world, and then another double quotation mark, another closing parentheses, and then a semicolon. All right, so hopefully that wasn't too terrible. Hopefully you were able to follow along for the most part. If not, I will have this code in the description below, or I will have a link to my website where you'll find this code. So you could just copy and paste it if you have trouble typing this code in exactly here. But anyways, hopefully you're at this point now and you have this code typed into your Notepad here. And I'm going to go ahead and now just press Control S to save this file. But now, okay, so now I have a Java program, right? But it's not actually a Java program, is it? Because notice this file extension is a .txt, but an actual Java program has a file extension of .java. So, and also on top of that, this file name is new space text space document. But a Java program needs to be the same name as the class. So in this case, this class name is MyFirstProgram. So I'm going to highlight that and copy that. And then I can just close this here. And now I'm going to rename this file here. And I'm going to rename it. I'm going to paste that in for MyFirstProgram. Again, making sure that the M is capitalized, the F is capitalized, and the P is capitalized. And now I'm going to give it the file extension of .java. And then when I click on enter, I'm going to get a warning saying, are you sure you want to change the file name? And yes, I do want to make sure I change the file name. Okay, so now I have an actual Java program. All right, and now if we remember from our previous diagram, this is what we wrote right here. We have a Java source code file, and now we want to compile that. We want to send this file through a compiler so it can create for us our machine code, our Java class file. And then once we have our class file, we're going to tell our computer to actually run this class file. And then we'll see what this program actually does. All right, so first things first, we want to compile this file right here. So in order to do that, again, I'm going to use the command prompt, and I want to figure out the actual file location of this file. So I'm going to right click on properties, and then I'm going to see this location right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy all of that. I'm going to highlight that, Control C to copy, and then go inside here, and I'm going to type in CD, which stands for change directory. And I'll do a space, and I'll just do Control V here. Oh, why is that not working? Let me try that again. Go to properties, Control C that, and then come back in here and Control V. There we go. Okay, so change directory into where this file actually is. And then I'm going to press enter. And now I just want to make sure I am in the correct folder here, or the correct directory. So I'm going to type in dir, which stands for directory. And in case you don't know, directory, folder, they pretty much mean the same thing. But when I type in the dir here, it's basically going to show me all of the files that's inside of the current folder that I'm in, or the current directory that I'm in. And we see here that I do have the correct file here in the folder that I'm in. So now I'm going to run the Java compiler command on that file. So I'm just going to type in java c space MyFirstProgram.java. And I'm going to click on enter. And we notice here nothing really happens. We don't get any output in our actual command prompt. But if you did notice, we got a brand new file here. And this file, if we look at the extension name, is a .class file. So when I ran this Java C command, it went through the compiler and created our Java class for us, our Java class file. So now if I want to actually run this program here, I just need to run it with the Java commands. I'm going to type in Java MyFirstProgram. And notice how before I compile it by giving it a .java file extension. And then even though this file is now a .class file, I'm not going to run the file. I'm not going to run this program with .class. It's just going to be the file name itself. So Java and then file name. In this case, Java MyFirstProgram. And I'm going to go ahead and click on enter here. And we will see now it says hello world. We printed out hello world to the screen. If I wanted, I could go inside here. I'm going to right click and then open with, and let's try and just open it with Notepad again. I'm going to uncheck always use this app to open .java files because I don't want it to always open with Notepad right now. But anyways, go ahead and do that. And let's just say, let's change this now. Instead of saying hello world, let's change it to hello Adam, or type in your name. And then I'm going to go ahead and press Control S again to save it. And then I can close that. That doesn't matter. And now I'm going to press the up arrow key 2 times. One time will give the last command that I run, and then a second time will give the previous 2, the second to last command that I ran. So I'm just going to, and then basically this is just going to allow me to quickly recompile this program. So I'm going to recompile it and press enter. And then we didn't really see it, but behind the scenes, it actually recompiled it and gave us a brand new .class file. So now if I go back into the command prompt again and I press the up arrow key twice again, or not twice, actually it's going to be a couple times. There we go. I'm just going to type it out there so we don't get confused again. So it's going to be Java space MyFirstProgram again, and I'll click enter. And now we see, now it says hello Adam. So now we essentially just compiled 2 separate programs. So that's all I want to get into today for this video here. All right. If you got confused, just like the last video, drop a comment in the comment section below. We can try and work with you there. Or even better yet, check the description for a link to our Facebook group called the Software Engineering Mastermind Group, and post your question in there, because that group is filled with a whole bunch of software engineers who just love to help you out and help you get on the right track and really get rolling here with learning Java programming, in addition to all these great videos that we're popping out here. So if you do like these videos, please hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and stick around for the next video where we continue our learning growth in Java.